Speaker's dirty little secret. I've been in this business full time as a professional speaker and writer for 25 years. And this is something I learned my first year in the business because my mentor was Bill Gove, the father of professional speaking, as well as the first president of the National Speakers Association. He told me the secret, and he said, you won't hear this at National Speakers Association. He said, you won't hear this almost anywhere because the speakers don't want new people to know, because the less they know, new speakers, the more profitable the old speakers, entrenched speakers are in this business. And this is completely true. And to this day, 25 years later, it's still absolutely true. And here's the dirty little secret you'll never hear except maybe whispered in hallways at NSA meetings and other speakers meetings. Here's the secret. Almost no one in this business makes it to the 6 or 7 figure level on their own. They make it usually riding on the coattails of an entrenched 6 or 7 figure speaker. Bill Gove made it following Dr. Kenneth McFarland. Bob Proctor made it following Earl Nightingale and Bill Gove. Larry Wilson made it following Dr. Abraham Maslow and Bill Gove. I made it because I had Bill Gove, Bob Proctor, and Larry Wilson as mentors. So I was very, very fortunate. I had 3 of the biggest of all time. And that's why I made it so fast, probably to the 7-figure level. But here's the point. If you're trying to go this alone, you are fighting an uphill battle, my friend, because this is not a level playing field. No matter how many speakers meetings you go to where they say it is, where everyone has an equal chance, I promise you they don't. This business is done from the inside. In other words, it's who you know and who you follow and who can help you get to the next level. Why? Why is this true? Well, because if you go in on your own, you're competing against the most entrenched, well-known speakers in this business. Good luck. Companies hire the same speakers over and over and over. Speakers bureaus book the same speakers over and over and over. Speakers that are really good, well-respected, reliable, and entertaining. They don't want to bring on new people because they're risky. So how do you do it? How do you break in the business? You get in with someone who's already in the business and you do whatever it takes. I got in with Bill Gove. I ran the Bill Gove speech workshop with him for 5 years. He put me on stage all over the world. And then he introduced me to Bob Proctor, who helped me, and Larry Wilson, who helped me. And that was it. I was in 7 figures in the first 5 years, which is unusual. And it was because of all the help I got. Now, I've tried to do this for my students as well because I had help, and I'm trying to, Bob and Bill and Larry all said the same thing. Just try to help someone else, as they try to break into the business. I've done it in 3 ways. I've privately coached speakers in my private coaching program to try to give them the truth, give them access to the behind the scenes information that you won't hear. I mean, as past chairman of the $1 Million Speakers Group at NSA, I've got access to every speaker in this business. And I've worked with most of the top speakers in the business worldwide. And so I know a lot of people. I know a lot about it. So I'm able to connect them to other people and give them inside information and give them inside contacts that they would never get on their own, that no one would ever get on their own. Private coaching was one. I had an apprentice program. I have an apprentice program I've used where I pick people out. 1 out of 100 people basically qualifies, and I've helped them learn how to sell to the corporate market, to the association market, and to the public market. And then I've actually put them on stage with me, some of them in front of 10,000 people. And my last apprentice made $1.8 million last year. So it works if you're on the inside. But if you're on the outside in this business, you can spend 25 years trying to break in and you'll never make 10 cents unless you get extremely lucky, and almost no one does. It's not set up that way. But, and it is what it is. But what I'm trying to do is tell you this. Believe me, I will get emails from NSA people after this saying, please shut up. Please stop saying this. Because I've said it on stage all over the world at NSA meetings and other speakers meetings. And people get mad because they don't want people to know the truth. But this is the truth. And I want you to have a chance because I was in that position at one time where I had no idea. I thought it was a level playing field. Well, it's not. It really isn't. So these are kind of some of the ways I've tried to help speakers. My newest way is right now I've got the best-selling book in America on personal finance. This book I've talked about on this blog before, How Money Works with Tom Matthews, Stop Being a Sucker. It's sold over 500,000 copies so far. It's been all over the national media. I just did KTLA in Los Angeles yesterday, interview on on that show, on their midday show. And it's all over the place. So what I'm doing now is I'm bringing speakers on and teaching them how to teach classes on Zoom on how money works based on this book. And so what they do is they use my credibility, the credibility of the best-selling book in America on personal finance right now, anyway, and the credibility that we have of the media. We've done 130 TV interviews in the last 14 months. That's unheard of in this business. So what it does is I'm helping them gain credibility. This system helps them gain credibility, get a topic to speak on. And some of them say, well, I don't want to speak on personal finance. That's not my thing. I want to be a motivational speaker. I want to speak on something else. No problem. Just start out with this. Get in the door. Once they know you, you can speak about anything you want. Believe me, I can go on stage and get booked and talk about anything I want to talk about. I mean, within the scope of my expertise. But I can talk about almost anything. But in the beginning, I couldn't. I had to ride on Bill Gove's coattails to get in this business. And that's what almost everyone does, and no one talks about it. And it's really wrong. It's really unfair to new speakers because they wonder why they're failing and they think it's their fault. And it's really not. They don't know what they don't know. But when you're on the inside of a business for a quarter of a century, you get to know where the bodies are buried. And I want to help you guys, especially you guys that are trying to break in, because again, most people never break into this business because they don't know how it really, really works. They think they know, but they really don't, because people don't want to talk about this. It's also an ego thing. People don't want to talk about the fact that other people help them, mentor them. I talk about my mentors all the time. I'm very proud to be mentored by Bill Gove and Bob Proctor and Larry Wilson. So three of the biggest names of all time. And they're the reason I've had the kind of success I've had. And it's been great. Now I want to help other people do it. I've lived my dream. I've lived beyond any dream I ever had in this business. It took me all over the world. Still does. And I want to help you, if you're in that position, to do that. So there's 3 ways. Private coaching, the apprentice program, which we haven't launched for a while since COVID. But the easiest way and the most inexpensive way, costs almost nothing, is learning how to teach people how money works. Now, again, you might not be that interested in personal finance. Doesn't matter. Get your foot in the door. Learn the business. Make money. I have speakers right now that last year made zero as a speaker. They've never made money speaking. They're making between $10,000 and $20,000 a month now, teaching people on Zoom how money works. If they were off on their own, some of them have been. Some of them have been trying to break in for 20 years, never made a dime. Very difficult business to make money in. Very, very difficult. It's easy to speak. Not well, but it's easy to get out there. But to make money doing it, to be paid to do it, it's a different deal. I played tennis for a long time. I trained to be a pro for a long time. The difference between playing tennis competitively and getting paid to play tennis competitively, a very different animal. But if you do it right and you're smart and you get in on someone else's coattails, right now, you can ride the wave we're riding on this book and the media credibility of the book and the topical expertise, and I will guide you in this process. So if you're interested in doing that, getting your foot in the door, you can fight the fight on your own if you want. But don't be surprised if 25 years from now you're still fighting the fight and you haven't made any money speaking. You'll be in the majority. Most people, that's what happens to them. So don't feel bad. It won't be your fault, except that if you know this now, well, then it's a choice. But I'm having a class tomorrow night, Tuesday, March 30th, 9 o'clock Eastern time. I'm going to do a half-hour class on how money works. And if you want to come to the class, it's free. Come to the class, watch the class. If you can see yourself teaching it, email me at steve@howmoneyworks.com. steve@howmoneyworks.com. And let me know you're interested in teaching it. And I will teach you how to teach this and make money fast. We're already doing it. We have 40 plus teachers doing it every single week right now, and we're looking for a lot more. So if you're interested, let me know, and I hope to see you on the class. Thanks for watching the blog.